mean,
So it is all just
yeah,
temporary. I just wanted to bring it in to see how big it should be. So,
yeah, the size, yeah, yeah.
yep.
I thought it looked great.
Oh, sweet.
Really
Sweet.
good.
Now,
We've got drawers in the living room.
oh, and if you notice, I put the straps of the drawers made it look like it's very vintage.
Oh, you can buy it. All right. Hello, 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 everyone. Welcome, welcome, welcome to the news and updates. I am Laurel, and we are here to share with you the news from around the Altspace VR community. And now, here's Donna.
Well, thanks, Laurel. This is going to be one for the record books. News and updates without a cup of coffee. I don't know. This might not go well. I have no idea. However, hello everyone. I'm Donna McTee, here to help host another in our third year delivering you the news from around the Altspace VR community. As usual, it's been an eventful week, so let's get started with Altspace VR news. Early this week, an update arrived for Altspace VR that had immediate issues for Steam users. Steam users were seeing black skyboxes and other issues. A rollback was released within a few hours and a fixed update re-released later in the week.
And the newest update is now 4.2. This update includes the changes to the terms of service that required acknowledgement before the heads up display, the HUD, becomes visible. The acknowledgement now includes the statement that AllSpace VR is powered by Microsoft Mesh, which startled many and confused even more.
Microsoft Mesh was announced last year and again this year during the Microsoft Ignite conference in March. Microsoft Mesh is the next step in holographic experience, called a hologram based mixed reality experience. It combines the real world with the virtual world using Azure anchor points set in the real world with real world objects that are visible within the headset of a remote user. Right now, this is aimed specifically at HoloLens corporate and enterprise users, but coming to a VR headset and possibly 2D experiences in the future. For those of us at the Microsoft Ignite conference presentation, it was amazing. So we thought we'd share a little of it with you today.
Very cool, huh? Very cool. Now, that's not what we saw at Ignite, but that is the potential that is out there to cross those borders. And, it only means one thing to me. I have to now clean my office. So when Microsoft and Allspace announced I don't want anybody seeing my office in there. Okay, so when Microsoft and Allspace announced their intention to move to the Microsoft login, it brought with us connections to the Azure platform to allow us to incorporate these Microsoft features and tools. For many of us, we would have been happy with easy to use PowerPoint or browser or video capabilities again, but the inclusion to access mesh technology, as you just saw, makes this even more exciting.
Many of us, excuse me, many of us experienced it over the past couple weeks with the Haley Gray concert. The Seattle-based singer-songwriter performed a live show of original music on piano using the mesh mixed reality technology. Produced by BRCVR, Events and Play Alchemist, this simple but dazzling performance brought us into one of the Black Rock City Burning Man pyramids as Haley beamed in herself and piano in the mixed reality concert experience. Expect more experiments and experiences like this as Burning Man approaches and this team of innovators push the boundaries and break the rules for better.
A couple weeks ago, Altspace VR announced they'd be updating the client and the world building template and kits to embrace Unity 2020.3. I don't know about you, but I was excited. Okay, I'm excited about that. All right. Many world and kit builders continue to have very few problems, very few problems updating. This Unity update comes with some very, very sweet new features, and we are eager to see them in Altspace VR.
As we go through this transition, please report and upload logs to ensure AltSpace VR developers have the information they need to know to resolve the issues that happen. To file a report, go to altvr.com/support and file a support ticket with the community working together to report clear and specific issues and uploading those logs. The developers may respond faster with fixes.
Now, have you played with Jimmy's poll, Emery? We have it out in the lobby. And you can check that out. We're really eager for it because it's a great way to interact and collect information in your events or in your world. So Jimmy is also looking for feedback. Make sure that you report in through the support ticketing service to let them know if you're using this in your world.
As we look around the VR headset market, it feels like it's shrinking. Even though the use and demand for VR is increasing tremendously, with the loss of the Oculus Go, Samsung Gear, and the Google Daydream device, and all phone based VR headsets. Added to the announcement last year that Facebook would be soon stopping support for the Oculus Rift and the Rift S in the next few months, what's left for VR headsets in AltSpace VR?
Good question. We still have, though, the support for
Just
version 1 may.
Laurel, just start over
Oops,
again, okay?
Mike. Yep.
Yeah, just start over.
Okay.
You'll be fine.
Thank you. All right. We still have the Oculus Quest 1 and 2, though support for the 1 may go new version of the Quest or its equivalent arrives. HTC Vive is supported, but not all versions of the Vive. All Windows mixed reality headsets, including the Valve Index, Odyssey, and HP Reverb G2, and other VR headsets that support the Microsoft Store or Steam, still work. We'd like to see PlayStation VR brought into AltSpace VR, wouldn't you? You want to see PlayStation brought in here to AltSpace? Yes, I know some people would. You PlayStation users, I know it. Now, Educators in VR joins with many educators and schools around the world to request that AltSpace VR expand support for the Pico series of headsets as they are embraced outside of North America and by schools and teachers.
AltSpace VR wants to know what you wish to have supported here. If you would like to see them offer support for a specific headset, please submit a support request, many of them, to let them know and recruit others to do the same. Be the squeaky wheel and let's open up AltSpace VR to more VR headsets and keep our community diverse and international.
Mm-hmm. As usual, we bring you the news from around AltSpace community every week, and in between, you can join us on our news and updates Discord for updates and related news that you need to know to keep updated on what's going around within our AltSpace VR metaverse. Now it's time for world building, and we have so much to share with you. So let's take it one news bite at a time.
The AltSpace VR developer and world builder, Jimmy, has released a very simple, unofficial video with step-by-step instructions on upgrading Unity and re-importing your templates and kits into AltSpace VR. We've posted it in our news and updates Discord.
Now, Jimmy has also updated all of the AltSpace VR basics and the featured kits that he developed and added to our collection in the World Editor. Along the way, he made a few little changes in the templates for lighting and, how should we describe it? Floors, the ground. We're finding all kinds of problems with the default AltSpace VR templates for Cool Sky and others with the floor level moved way up high from where it usually is. That means that people are falling through floors, or those who are flying up go through the floor collider, then they can't get back onto the ground. So they're dancing on the ceiling, basically. They know all about it, and it's in the process of being updated. So hang in there, and these should be fixed soon, I hope.
Now,
It's
if
been
you are
fun.
if you are one of the ones that switched to the Microsoft account login with AltSpace VR, you will need to get a password for setting up your Unity account and connecting with the Unity uploader. Go to altvr.com website, click on your profile picture or your email address, whichever in the top right-hand corner, to access your account and look for the recover/generate password link that will allow you to create a password to use with Unity and with the AltSpace VR Unity uploader.
The the update last week in AltSpace VR included an update to the World Editor and website to alert world builders of the need to update their kits and their templates to be compliant.
We are still waiting For the schedule for the big update to AltSpace VR that embraces Unity 2020. We expect it in the next 2 to 4 weeks in advance of Burning Man, enough for testing and fixing. Please follow the instructions in the AltSpace VR Discord and those in our News and Updates Discord for updating your worlds and kits so that they are ready for the launch of the new version. Feedback is essential. Staff is watching our responses and feedback to determine when to take the next step.
Now, we've also been asked by staff, and this is really important, and the community to remind you to keep world building discussions in the world building channels on the Altspace VR Discord. Keep them on topic to help those of us following this discussion. There are pinned frequently asked questions and other support information in those channels. So check the pins first, do a search because your answer may be there already and you don't have to ask again.
Ancient I Won't Say continues to work on his AltSpace VR uploader. He announced last week the new version that handles the switch to SPI and the Unity version update. The most obvious changes he's implemented include switching to remembering the session state so that passwords are saved and not required each time, and changing the way the installation works using the Unity package management rather than importing Unity assets, which leaves the project free of clutter. You will find the links and more information in our Share Your AltSpace VR tip channel on our News and Updates Discord server.
A recent update for world builders on the Altspace VR website brought an option we love to remove any Unity uploads directly from the templates and the kits web pages. That has been so waited for. So remember, you may find these on the Altspace VR website under More.
Improvements were also made to the world building menus on the website to allow you to search across all your kits for a specifically named item, like a door. This only works if the kit item was actually named to include the word door and not City Kit 256. Make sure you name your kit items with names you can use in searches to ensure you can find them in the future.
Last year's Burning Man event broke all the records and pushed the limits of world building and Altspace VR to new heights. BlackRock City VR, known as BRC VR, has opened up a world with a comprehensive directory with teleporters to their BRC VR camps and art piece worlds for you to explore. So check out the world by searching the world for the BRC VR, BlackRock City VR, and enjoy the amazing creativity and the imagination of the BlackRock City world builders. I cannot wait to see what they're coming up with this year. Check out the event schedule as they host more and more events in preparation for this year's celebration of Burning Man in VR.
We have had many world building events and activities every week in AltSpace VR. One of the AltSpace VR developers, Jimmy, hosts his Building the Metaverse events on Tuesdays. Join him as he explores world building tips and techniques with Unity, SDK, and MREs. If you're passionate about world building as we are, you do not want to miss these events.
And if you do miss these events, they're not the only places to improve your world building skills. Look for the many workshops, classes, events, and world building on the events calendar. And there are more opportunities than ever to learn about how to build worlds in Altspace and be inspired by world builders. Check out the events calendar for those workshops, classes, and meetups for world builders and the regular world tours with Daisy Shaw on weekends. The World Tours team that meets every Wednesday tours amazing worlds. And each month they challenge world builders to build on a theme. And this month, oh, if they only knew how appropriate it was. The list was made like 6, 8 months ago. The theme is cold. All right, be honest. How many of you could handle some cold right now here? There are people that are cooking all over the world. Yeah. We
And
want your
just to put
yeah.
in here that I have the heat on in my house right now, so it's not everyone.
uh we if you we want your coldest world to tour and you can suggest it to us here at the News and Updates or on the World Tours team at discord.me/world tours. And we want your coldest worlds to tour on the last Wednesday of the month. So get started, get ready for a fun summer of world building and sharing your creativity with everyone.
We love highlighting your worlds, and we have some fun ones to bring to your attention. Daisy Shaw has upped her world building with Unity and continues to produce amazing worlds, right, guys? If you have not visited her Pandora world, you are missing out a beautiful experience. Build with Mr. Yellow is a dreamlike tribute to the movie Avatar.
Now, it's a gorgeous world. Now, mow the lawn with Nira is a summer lawn mowing adventure you do not want to miss. It is a great example of what's possible, even with the most simple experiences like mowing lawn can be way too much fun.
Chakra Journey Red Root Chakra by KBot is part of a virtual journey through the body's chakras, the healing and energy sources of the body found in ancient meditation and healing practices as part of Hinduism. This world is a meditative nature space to help you find some peace in the social of Altspace VR.
Now, Mocha's Art Gallery is a fun gallery showcasing beautiful artwork by the artist and from around other art from around the world. We love our gallery worlds, and the World Tours team often features them in our tours. Show off your stuff, folks. If you're an artist, put together a gallery.
We love sharing all your worlds on our show. If you have built a world or know of one we're sharing here on News and Updates, please let us know in our Discord in the Share Your World news channel. We have some fascinating worlds coming to share with you next week.
It's time for Discord tips. And another quick tip, just like Allspace VR, you have the ability to block people on Discord. And once blocked, you will not see their comments in the servers that you share. You have to block them on each server. And if you block them at the higher level direct message, they won't be able to message you. So let's explore some of the power and capabilities of blocking in Discord.
Begin by going to your personal user settings in the privacy and safety options. Under who can add you as a friend, you have options to limit friending to those who you trust or are on shared servers. If you are the owner, admin, or moderator of a server, enable server members. But if you aren't, consider turning that off. Combined with disabling friends of friends, that should block any potential nuisances from contacting you through a direct message.
If someone you've been direct messaging with crosses that line, y'all know what line we're talking about, you may click on their Discord profile and click the three dots next to the friend or the send message button and choose to remove them as friend or to block them.
To block someone in a Discord server so you do not see their message, right click on their username and choose block. When they leave a message on a server, you will see a note replacing their message saying blocked message. You may click it to read or you can ignore it.
I vote for ignore. To find a list of people you've blocked or to check on to check to see if you want to unblock somebody, go to your friends panel where you send and receive friend requests and click on the block list. From there, you may unblock the users if you wish. Now, if somebody has blocked you, you would likely not know it unless somebody told you. So it's very similar to your Altspace VR blocking experience. So go about your journey and play safe, even on Discord.
We'll have more Discord tips for you as we move forward deeper into the summer of 2021. And if you have some Discord tips to share with our community, let us know after the show or in our news and updates Discord, and we may share it here on the news. Now, events. There are so many events, so little time. The events keep rocking forward, even if attendance is down a bit as people are moving out of lockdown and back to a form of whatever normal means to them, and others are suffering under horrible heat issues. Hard to wear that headset when it's so hot. We've heard reports of people hospitalized for heat exhaustion. So please, please stay cool and safe. We we highly recommend visiting worlds with cold and snow, as the immersive sensation can actually help lower your body's temperature, or at least fool it for a while. Please be careful and safe.
Tomorrow is the summer solstice. Really? Seriously, Donna, how did it get there? I thought we were just celebrating winter solstice. What has happened to those last half year? This annual tradition to celebrate the longest day of the summer has been held for thousands of years, and it is happening here in Altspace VR with the Pagans in VR's celebration of summer solstice with a public ritual. Religious or not, this is a fun and powerful way to honor what is traditionally a day of change, the shift between seasons and temperatures, as well as the shift in many societies between preparing for the harvest and harvesting. So take a moment to relax and enjoy and gather together to celebrate. Wow, summer solstice is here. What happened? I lost my calendar.
Sunday is an Indigenous Australian VR art event with Mar French and the students from Marble Bar in Australia. They have put together a VR project in Altspace VR to highlight their collaborative Indigenous art school term project, transforming 2D art to VR, depicting the seasons, Australian wildlife elements, and more according to local Aboriginal culture in this amazing 3D gallery experience. Please don't miss that tomorrow.
Love that. Oswin is back, singing for us on Tuesday, covering nostalgic tunes, dance, or country croons. We love concerts and performers here in Altspace. So if you're a singer or musician, please take advantage of the many open mic events here and let your talents shine and consider hosting your own concerts. We love it.
The LGBTQ plus friends are hosting their Pride Parade, their community project that celebrates Pride with parade floats built in Altspace VR worlds. The parade begins promptly on Wednesday, and there are some great worlds in this year's event. What a fun way to celebrate Pride Month in Altspace VR.
There are watch parties, dance parties, musical meetups, and performances of all kind. But does anybody remember the days when we were young and we used to pile into a friend's bedroom and just listen to a whole album together? Oh, come on. Does anybody remember that? Well, those days are back, so to speak, with Stanner's album listening party. I'd forgotten how much fun that was when I was a kid. This week, they are rocking it to the UK wonk rock band All Hail Hyena. So check that out.
Wednesday is another community meetup with staff in the community to come together and hang out and get to know each other.
Then Thursday, Chuck of Health Systems Chat has built a world once a
He's built a
process of
world.
world building.
He's built a world how many times?
He's built once a week for 3 years. In
Oh no.
Italy, and he's discussing the creative process and exploring with other creatives throughout the Italian history, including Vivaldi, Michelangelo, Da Vinci, and more on Thursday. Did any of that come through?
We missed the Venice, Italy part, but we sort of got
Oh,
it
it's
from the
Venice.
names. Yeah.
Okay.
So be in Venice. Okay. Simulation Nation host explores the Player of Games book by Ian M. Banks, published in 1988. Join them Thursday to discuss the relevance of the book then and today, and how VR has embraced the new gaming frontier.
Now, hopefully, I'm not going to break up during this because this is really important. Friday, Women IT Pros meets to bring women together in tech jobs that do not involve coding, but are as much or even more essential 2 support code projects. So this meetup group discusses the challenges of program management, computer support, tech support, and how women contribute to the technology without writing a word of code. This is a great volunteer organization committed to education and support of women in the tech industry. So check out their meetup on Friday.
Friday is also the World Peace Project debut with guest Rick Dickinson, a longtime peacenik and author of many books toward building a brighter future with technology. His company, Virtually Their Training, builds VR simulators for emergency responders and is also a stand up comedian that we all know in Altspace VR as Slick Rick. Yes, that Slick Rick. The mission of the World Peace Project is to spread the message that the human race has roots to make world peace a reality right now. And that is that it it's time
It's
for world
time.
peace. Yeah.
Yes.
And his peace world. I just love spending time in that world. It is fabulous.
Pride XR is hosting their own Pride Month event right here in Altspace on Friday with a dance party, and that they claim is going to be the biggest LGBTQ plus dance party in the galaxy. That's what they say. There are over 100 RSVPs right now, so they could be on their way. Make sure that you're a part of the party on Friday with Chicken Waffle and the Pride XR team. They are repeating the party for other time zones later that same day.
Altspace VR, the over 40 meetup is on Friday. Altspace VR over 40 group, bringing together Altspace VR users who are over 40 to connect with others. This is a great group and has a fantastic Facebook support group going as well. If you are among the more mature and tech savvy, join them and have a great time on Friday.
Now, check out all the nightclubs, all the computer classes, the dances, the workshops, the concerts, the talent nights, the meditation, the thought-provoking discussions, all the fun going on here in Altspace every week by heading to the calendar, because you don't want to miss a moment of it.
There is so much going on in the Altspace VR community and calendar. This show should run for hours if we were to cover them all. We do our best to bring you the highlights from this ever-growing community, and we are so glad you are here to share it with us.
All right, it is time for our discussion session. Donna, you want to introduce it? And I'll hit the right buttons, please.
So we mentioned headsets at the beginning of the show and how Altspace VR is now down to only a few select headsets, and it is time for their reach to expand again to bring in Pico Series, PlayStation VR, and other headsets. Which begs the question, which headset are you using and why? Do you like it? Not? What do you wish was different, or how could it be improved? What would be your dream VR headset? If you could talk to headset developers right now and let them know about your experience, what would you tell them? What do you want to see in the next VR headset release? Talk to us. Click that raise hand button, and we want to hear from you.
Yay, thanks. Leslie Faye, you're up. What do you want in the next
I have
headset?
An Oculus 2.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. I have an Oculus 2, and I love my headset, but I think the straps could be a little bit better and more comfortable, and it could be a little bit lighter because it lays on your face and it's so heavy that I feel like they're pulling my wrinkles out, which would be good. But which would be good, but it's not working. So
Yes, please use VR to reduce aging, the lines of aging. Oh, I love that. That's brilliant. That is absolutely brilliant. Yeah.
But
How
other
many of you
than
are having
that,
challenges with the straps? How many agree? The straps, positive, negative? Yeah. Frowny
I
faces
mean,
for
my sister got
negative.
me a softer
Yay.
one, but
Yeah. Many people are
yeah,
complaining about the straps. Good point. Thank you, Leslie Faye.
you're welcome.
We got a great way to add beautiful youth through VR. Spidey girl, you're up.
Oh, so I do agree with the thing on PlayStation. Is that a possibility that they would put it on PlayStation for us to view from there?
The more you ask, the greater the possibilities. Squeaky wheel.
My second question is where do you go to make that suggestion?
altvr.com/support. I'll have
Okay,
to
thank you.
memorize that. I want to do like say it all together. altvr.com/support. altvr.com/support. That's where you go. Now, so you have a PlayStation,
Yes.
and do you use it with the VR, or do you use it as the screen?
No, I have an Oculus 2 because they suggested that one as a better one than the PlayStation one. And so I just went with my own with Oculus 2.
Okay, well then I guess the new headset is due out pretty soon for the PlayStation. That should be much improved. Awesome, yeah, love that. Beautiful, thank you. Okay, Ryan, you're up. Wow, everybody's pitching in. I love this.
Hello.
Hi, Ryan. Hello.
Hello, how are you doing? You all right?
Doing all right. Yes. What's your headset?
Excellent, good.
Pros
I'm
and
on the
cons.
Oculus. I'm on the Oculus 2. Absolutely agree with the straps. The too much weight on the front needs to have the battery back, perhaps on the back, similar to the HoloLens. I also agree with the PlayStation idea because I think you're pushing yourself down to a specific device that a lot of people are using. Therefore, you'll get a lot more exposure on alt space. I think it makes absolute sense to do it on there. I would also like to see it on an XR device such as HoloLens 2 or something like that. Would be an interesting experience on there, and I'm interested also in the Pico support as well because I think that's they've got some really good headsets coming out.
They do. They do. Now you can use AltSpace for the enterprise version of AltSpace with a HoloLens. That's what you saw in that video was the use of the HoloLens. And so, but to get the HoloLens in here, it will work. It's just a little bit of elbow grease. But would like to
Okay,
have
well,
it work better. Yeah.
I'm going to try and get access to it then because I should have access on my one.
Because anything VR that can be installed through Steam VR or the Microsoft Store, you can get into AltSpace mostly. If you're on an AMD computer, that's now recently available. That was one of the stoppers, was AMD instead of 64-bit, but now they've got a conversion. So for 2D access, you can also get in through AMD computers too. But anything that's on the Microsoft Store or Steam, you should be able to have access to it. And Pico does not have access to that store, though they do have a streaming kit now for Pico that may work with Steam VR. And so we're trying to gather information on that. But excellent. Let them know. Remember, altvr.com/support. Support. You know, however you spell it. Excellent point. Thanks. All right. Zeke. Wow. Love this list. Zeke.
Hello. Can you hear me?
Mm-hmm.
I'm on Quest 1, and there's something no one's actually really discussed with headsets, and would love to see ventilation in the headsets, so the air could escape through them. Because right now there's like no ventilation, you get hot or something like that nature. The second thing,
I believe that
and
did
then
come in
making
the
it
Quest
light.
2.
Yeah, making it lighter is one of them, and then maybe support for maybe Deca Gear VR1. And then the other thing is IPD slider. Would love it if you could click it into place to your IPD adjustment. So like if you were 59, then you could just keep it there, and you just click it to say an IPD 60. And it just stays there without it sliding back and forth. Those are some improvements I would like to see.
Great points.
Laurel, are you there? Okay, while we're waiting for her, Teresa, I'm going to give you the microphone. Go ahead, Teresa.
Okay, I'm back.
I
Donna,
just
did
gave
you
them
answer? Oh, you
I
gave
gave
the
them
mic. Okay.
to Teresa.
Okay, Teresa.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Well, I have an Oculus Go, and I recently got a Quest 2 about a month ago. Whenever I couldn't use Alt Space on the Go anymore, I started using the computer. And I actually prefer using the computer because it helps prevent motion sickness. So if there was any technology added to Space or any other Oculus app, I would wish that there was some sort of technology that would help with motion sickness. And
You want
I
to you want
think
to
it
take
would
that,
also
Donna?
be nice to have rechargeable controllers because you have to get batteries for them. And I've heard that you can buy rechargeable controllers, but they come
Yeah, most people
separately
do.
from the Oculus.
Yeah, most people do. Who want to conserve the environment. Many people will buy the rechargeable batteries and use those. But Donna, do you want to deal with the motion sickness?
Um,
Or you want me to?
maybe you can. Yeah.
Okay,
I've
all
never
right.
experienced motion sickness, so it's not. Yeah.
Okay, so motion sickness has been found by neuroscientists and researchers that some people, very few, it's very rare, are born with a gene that makes them motion sick very easily. Okay, there's nothing you can do about that except desensitization. Which is the same thing if you just get a little bit of motion sickness. So in VR, you have the blinders that come up when you move. So when you move, it turns black around the edges. You can turn that on or turn it off. It is supposed to help with motion sickness. It actually can cause motion sickness. So just be aware that depends on your sensitivity. It is not the job of AltSpace or other VR platforms to fix motion sickness, but what they can do is work with the tools that are available and the science that's available. The best thing to do is desensitization. So 15 to 20 minutes and then stop, or to the moment you start to feel nauseous and then stop. Do not power through it. Okay? This is what the science is finding over and over again. If you try to power through it, you'll actually associate nausea with the VR headset. And I actually have a friend who powered through it before we knew this was going on. And now when she walks by a a computer store and she sees a headset, I swear she sees one on the shelf, she starts to feel a little ill. And it's like really frustrating because she just pushed through it all. And that was fascinating to learn that. And so she won't come into VR anymore except in 2D. And I went, okay, but 2D does help with that. But so it again, it's part of understanding the psychology as well as the neuroscience behind it. And just like people who have allergies are able to spend a year or two actually desensitizing themselves to something that they're allergic to by introducing it in tiny bits until they can finally eat it or be around it. Same thing applies to VR. It's painful, but so hopefully that helps. Teresa, does that help?
I guess I just happen to be one of those people.
Maybe, or just take it slowly. Do 15 minutes at a time and then wait an hour or a day and then do it again and do it again until you can increase that time slowly. It'll work. All right, thanks. So we have I am Computer Bear. Computer Bear. Hello, hello.
Some updates for
Computer.
you. I was answering some of their questions. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Can you hear me? Oh,
Yes.
good. Okay. So in answer to some of their questions, the PS4 VR headset is not capable of handling Alt Space or some of these others, which is why it's not available. However, it will be available for the PS5 when it comes out. And actually, the delay from when it was supposed to be out in April to coming out somewhere near Christmas time was so that they could make the alterations they needed to the software and a little bit of the hardware to make it compatible with with AltSpace and some of the other multiverses. So that will be included in the new version coming out of of PS5 headset that you can only use with a PS5 machine. So you'd have to upgrade the machine as well as the headset in order to use the VR headset for it.
Great.
Thirdly, so the question about straps, there is one out there called Bob. Bob is a strapless halo system that actually fits on your head more like a helmet. It's more balanced and allows you to flip up the camera, the whole front part of it if need be, to look at whatever you're looking at and then flip back down because it has that flippability as well as to add external headset to it. But it fits more on like a helmet than it does than with straps. And you do tighten it the first time, but once you do that, you can take it on and off. And it has bars that go across the top of it, kind of like roll bars on an old car. And so it balances it more with 5 different points on your head instead.
Which
So that's called
headset again
Bob
is that?
Over. Bob Over.
Bob Over. Okay.
Bob Over.
I feel like I don't. I've seen it
BOVR.
over. Yeah, I've seen it. It reminds me of Cyberman and Doctor Who, but I love it.
Right. So that takes away
yeah.
the strap purposes of it. Plenty of the Halo system still uses a strap across the top, but even though those are better than the plastic strap that they come with it, and for the $50 extra price that they didn't include the plastic ones with the headset rather than the strap ones to adjust for balance.
I think that one of the problems that happens with every headset, I don't care what it is that we don't know how to set properly. When we just want to get it on our face, and we don't think about how that there's physics involved and and all the balancing and things like that we need to have it properly seated on our head and counterbalanced and weighted. So I think that's really important. And there's not good instructions. They're just kind of wussy instructions in there. And I think it's really important for your neck, for your eyes and everything to have that balance. Yay. All right. We've got just, oh, I love it. Thank you very much, CompuBear. I appreciate that. Karen, you're up.
Yeah, Laurel, I agree with you 100%. We're not adjusting it properly. If you remember when I got my Quest 2, I was on a Wednesday tour with you.
That was hysterical.
I was taking it out of the box and getting it on my head, and it was totally wasn't adjusted. I had to hold it up. But really for months after I got that Quest 2, I was really uncomfortable. It would just dig into my face and my head would hurt until finally I couldn't stand it anymore. And I took the time I think it was the top strap I adjusted. I took the time to adjust it, and now it's just super comfortable. So it is very important to just take the time and do it.
Absolutely. And it was hysterical. Her controllers were always up right up around her eyes, trying to hold the headset up. And then all of a sudden there'd be kind of like, and she'd shove it up on her face again over and over. It was wonderful. But you unboxed it and got it on in time for the world tour. Kudos on that. Bravo.
Actually, it was in the middle of the world tour.
In the middle of it.
It was right in the middle of it.
Right in the middle. It was awesome. We love that. All right, we have time for one more question. All right, CompuBear, you're back up. Thanks, Karen.
Answer
CompuBear?
in respect to the controllers. So there's also 2 ways you can go. You can get rechargeable batteries with rechargeable you can put in them for that. But there's also a unit out there that will recharge. It has an adapter to put into your hand controllers. You don't have to replace your hand controllers. So you can just pop them in the unit to charge them along with your headset to be able to charge that as well, just like you use for PS4. And so you don't have to replace the controllers, just parts, and it comes with all of those parts for the stand you can place them in when not being used that charges them.
Excellent. Love that. I love that. We need to be smarter on all of these things, and we need to demand that the developers are also smarter because, we're the ones using them. We're the ones consuming batteries like crazy, which is not good for the environment. And we need to let our voices be heard. So y'all did. Thank you so much for doing that. All right. And I just am sick of the batteries. I've got my headset adjusted right, but I am sick of the controller battery business too. And I have rechargeables and I have to replace them on a regular basis. All right. Are you ready, Donna?
Am I ready?
Are you
Okay,
ready? We're
sure.
going to take it out. All right, that's all for this week's news and updates. We do this for you for free, and we are not Altspace VR employees. Our team works hard each week to gather the news and information to help our community stay updated with everything that's going on around here in Altspace.
When news that you need to know happens, we share it in our news and updates Discord, so you can get the news from around through the clutter of information out there. Please tell a friend and share our Discord and YouTube channel so others can keep up with the news in and around Altspace as well.
Now, make sure before you leave, get out into that lobby and you check the poll. We're going to take a picture of that at the end of the show and we're going to pass it on to staff so that they see what headsets you're using, what's going on. So, thank you for being here every week to share the latest updates from around the Altspace VR community. We live stream the news onto YouTube every week, and you can catch up with the past episodes to learn more about Altspace VR events, our projects, the news, and all the community activities.
This is a labor of love, and we love our volunteer team members who help us gather the news as reporters, moderate, and help us put this show together every week. If you would like to join the news and updates team, please let us know. We need every ability and talent, and we'll help you train in event hosting, management, and moderation. This is your show as much as ours, and we'd love for you to be a part of it.
So we'll hang around for just a few minutes after the news, but there are events at the top of the hour that you want to be heading to, and we'll talk to you about what you're doing in Altspace. So stick around because we'd love to chat with you.
Thanks to all our news and update volunteers and moderators that help make this event such a success. Thank you so much. So in these uncertain times, please be safe wherever you are in the world.
Yay! Thank you, Donna.
Oh, thanks, Laurel. See you next week.
Yay! Next week.